Okay, so the last thing we need for our character, so far as mesh, is the hair. So if we just get rid of the head for a minute, you'll see our hair up here. Okay, so we've got to not only do a little bit of, normal bit of modelling here, but we've also got to do the sculpting for this, these gouges, or these parts and stuff in the hairdo. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to actually start with a cube, which I know sounds a little bit strange, but stick with me because I'll show you what we're going to do. So we're going to make sure they're deselected. How do I go? Oh, just always be checking that we do this, otherwise you end up with a lot of cubes and cylinders. What we want there is hand. Okay, so deselect everything. We're going to add an object. We're going to choose some mesh and a cube. Okay, so we're going to bring that up into position. GZ. Okay, I'm going to scale that down using S on the keyboard. Scale that down to about the size that we're looking for. We might need to come into wireframe to do that, so I'll do Z on my keyboard. Okay, so I'll go G. So I want it to be GZ. And scale it out a little bit more, out to about there. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. So we're starting with a cube. Okay, so I can get rid of these others for the moment, just so I don't have to be distracted by those in any way. And I've turned off the actual one. Here it is, cube. I'll rename that hair. Oh, cube hair. H-A-I-R. Okay, hair. Right, so what I'm going to add to that is a modifier. So I'm going to subdivision surface. And you'll see when I do that, it reshapes it. Okay, so what I want to do is scale that up until I get it just about the shape that I want. Okay. So when I've got the shape that I want, I can actually apply that. Okay, so now I've got this shape here that I'm going to use to create my object. So I'll go back to number 1. Now I want to initially to start off with the same sort of design each side, so I'm going to delete this side and put a modifier to mirror it, so that way I've only got to cut out one side. Okay, so I'm going to select, go into object edit mode using tab on the keyboard and faces. I'm going to select the faces on this side and go delete faces. Righto, so what I want to do now is use my, let's come into the side view, see how we go there. Actually, so I need to come back a bit with the whole thing. So back to object mode and GY, back to about there. Okay, so this is sort of where the hair comes in here. So I'm going to start from about here and come down to there, across to there, there, and there. I think that will do it. Righto, so let's we're going to use the cut tool. So we change into edit mode, and that way we get our tools available. So the one that we want is this one here, the knife tool. Okay, so the hair is going to come in there, then at this point, so we're going to start there. And we're going to come down to there, across to there, up to there, into there, down to to there, and we'll out to there. Then to finish that, we go, whoops, you don't do that. Let's try that again. So one there, 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 and enter. Not right click like I did. Okay. So that's good. So back to our select tool. We need to come into the front view, and we need to add our modifier. So the one that we want is our mirror. Okay, so there's our mirror modifier. So that should be in the same shape on both sides. So I'll go back to solid mode, and what I need to do now is to choose the faces that I want to delete. Okay, so if I want to be able to see through this, then I need to choose my, come up here to that, and go X-ray. So I need to definitely choose that one and delete that one. I'll delete that one there, delete, and delete, and delete, and delete, delete that one, and hang on a sec, I think we leave that one in. Let's have a look. 3, yes, so all we need to do now is to go into vertex mode, and I'll shift this one back. So obviously we're not really seeing what's happening under the hat there, so we just got to do a little bit of, so I'll probably bring that one straight back, so GY, bring that one straight back to there. I'll take this one back a bit also, GY. Okay, so this one back, GY. They're okay, they're okay. Now these ones, so this one definitely needs to come in. And these couple, I think, need to actually go, this one needs to go out. And this one needs to go out as well, out to there. Okay, so what okay, so this is starting to look good. Alright, so I come back into solid mode, which I'm in, turn off that X-ray mode. Right, so I'm going to put my head back on here, turn that back on. Okay, so you can see there, I need to bring some of these forward. So I need to actually bring these ones here. I need to bring them forward. So that's GY. Okay, and yep, those ones can angle in there and around there. I don't think I need these faces. I'm going to actually delete these. Delete that one. Faces. Okay, and I'll just bring this point here back to vertices. And I'll bring this one up a little bit. Back into 3. Maybe bring this one down. GZ. Okay, now you can see I'm poking through here again, so I need to bring these 3 maybe I need to bring this whole side out. Maybe let's have a look. So bring that whole side out, so I'll bring that out GX. So, okay, because I'm actually going to be taking the thickness in, so that it'll be going into the head. So as long as it's going to be reaching there, it's going to be good. Right. So at that point, I'm thinking I'm pretty good. I just might bring this one out a bit. So just a matter of playing with it. Obviously, once we thicken it up. So I'm going to save at that point, just in case I have to make a mistake. So okay, so we're not doing. We don't need clipping on. Maybe we do. Let's just put that, minimise that. Righto. So I'm going to add my solidify. Okay, and I'm going to take that in till it gets on that all the way around. Okay, so that's looking good. So maybe let's try 0.3. Okay, so that's looking good, so I'll save that. Right, so what I want to do now is apply my subdivision surface on that. Okay, so I'm going to add my modifier, subdivision surface. Okay, I need to put that in. Add modifier, subdivision surface. Okay, so you can see that it's gone crazy with my subdivision surface. So I need to, I'm going to take this, yeah, but to increase the number, you'll see the number, if I go here, you can see that I've got, to increase the number of my subdivisions, just increase it here. So I go 1, that's up to 2, and 1 more is up to 3. So all I need to do now is to scale that up to avoid, you know, my head coming through it. So I'm going to go S for scale, and up like that. And I'm just checking under there to make sure that my head's not poking through anywhere. It's not, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that for the moment, because I may have to increase that subdivision when I come to do my sculpting. Okay, so I'll definitely save that. Okay, so now what I can do is just come in here and just get a bit of variety. So I might just pull this one, G, get it. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty happy with that. Looking good. Okay, so I'll save that. Okay, so what I need to do now is to probably need to apply these. So once again, when you're the rule for applying these is just start at the top of the stack and work your way down. Okay, so that's our mirror, so we'll apply that. So our thickness, we'll apply that. In our subdivision surface, we shall apply that. Okay. Righto, so if I come now to my sculpting, where's sculpting? Here it is, sculpting. Righto, so sculpting. Righto, so we want to be before we start sculpting this, because you got to really, okay, so if I see when I start to sculpt that, you'll see that because I don't have a hole, it's not doing it very neatly, because I've still got too many, I haven't got enough subdivisions on that surface. So now that we're here, we can apply a multi-resolution. So if I apply a multi-resolution and I subdivide here, that's getting a bit better, maybe 2. You'll see it in the render here, it's currently on 1. If I do that, it goes up to 2. Okay, so now if I do that, yeah, that's getting better. Still not quite good enough, so I might Control Z, might try 1 more. And then just try, yeah, that's better. Okay, so you'll see that, okay, that's still not real flash, but, and I probably if I had have done that and just another subdivision surface back there, it may have worked a bit better, but I don't want to go too high because I'll crash my computer. So what we're going to get is this groove that goes across the front. Okay, and obviously I'm doing little mountains there at the moment, so I've got to do the opposite to a mountain. So the opposite is control. Okay, so now you can use your, so if I come into the front view, I'll get rid of the head for a minute. So where's our head? Get rid of that. And I suppose it doesn't matter if the head's there. Righto, so the hair's highlighted. I'm going to go to Z wireframe. Okay, so it doesn't help me too much there. See if I might have to go to okay, it's not giving me that option. Righto, so let's have a look. Just turn off the hair for a minute and see that it's going to go across and then loop around the side like that. So across the front, over the side and down. Okay, so turn the hair on. Okay, so the one we're doing is draw. Now if you want to change the size, you'll see the size of it at the moment. It's probably, so if I turn that off, let's have a look. It's probably a little bit too big. Okay, so if I turn it back on. Right, so here's my list. So if I hold down F and then move, it changes the size of my brush. Okay, so maybe that. So let's go, I'm going to go across, up and down. Right, so hold down Control, across, up and down. And as you can see, it's not real flash doing that in wireframe. So Z, solid, tab, Control Z, I think. Now, why is that gone? Like that. I've got 3 renders. Anyway, tab. Interesting. Okay, so that's there, the first one. So if I look at the second one, let's just have a look at the second one. This one sort of goes straight up, across and down. Right, so it sort of goes straight across here at the front. So if I come in here, once again hold down Control and in the sculpting mode, where's my, lost my tools, edit mode. Sculpting. Right, so if I'm going to start here, and Control, this one sort of comes straight across and down to that same spot. Okay, so on this side, and how we look on the side, so we've got some sort of just little straight things that go down the back here. Probably a bit big, so I'll come in and make them a bit smaller. So F, hold down F and then just reduce that size down. Whoops, down, reduce that size down. Okay, so hold down Control. Okay, some little ones at the back. Okay, so maybe a few more, say on this side, maybe a couple around here. Okay, and then just some things, I'd say just a couple there over there, so I might just take that, starting from here, and just do some ones that go up over the ears like so. Okay, so a few all around here. And I Okay, so obviously this is just your own, you know, your own preference here, how this looks. Change sizes there, you can try a few different ones. Okay. So at that point there, we definitely need to save. Save that. Back in the modelling. I'll save, and that's our hair.